Mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here, welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my performance review of the Way of Wade All City 10 in the version 2 edition. Let's go. Yes guys, this is the version 2 of the All City 10. I have here the All City 10 in the version 1 in this cotton candy colorway. And if you have been following this channel, you know that I loved hooping in these. They're a very solid sneaker. And why did Way of Wade release a version 2? And to answer that question, watch this video. So first guys, let's talk about the upper of the version 2, and this is one aspect of the sneaker that is the main difference between the version 1 and the version 2. As you can see, there's a shroud here that is like made out of a mesh material, so it's ultra thin and it's a shroud, and the underlining material is also like a jersey like material and some more mesh upper. And the main difference between the version 2 and the version 1 is the materials are completely different. The version 2 has way softer materials compared to the version 1, which has this kind of ripstop fuse material. And I think it's just a matter of preference. If you like it to be a little bit more stiff or rigid, that gives you a ton of support for the upper. Of course, you will like the version 1. And one main reason why Way of Wade made this upper ultra soft is they want to cater the version 2 more towards the wide footers, because this kind of materials is extremely wide footer friendly. And if you are asking what about support, what about the durability of the upper, so far so good. I've been using this one for I think straight a week in my rotation, and durability wise seems very durable. It has an extra material here at the edge under these two materials, so you can feel it to be a little stiffer here, but not too stiff, but still very soft. So like here on the top part, no break-in time needed. That's one thing that I really noticed about the sneaker. In terms of support laterally, if you can see this part, there's a fusing here. There's a plastic piece here. This rubber piece is really very soft, but it cages your foot, so it's kind of slanted inwards, like hugging your foot. So you're very well contained when you're doing lateral cuts. And even this foam piece here with the boom text also goes up, and you're kind of seated here. This is where your feet is, so it kind of cages your foot. So when you're doing lateral cut, it really contains your foot, and it just not stops there, but it also goes to the back part of the sneaker, where you can see this big piece here on the version 2, which I don't think it's necessary, but it kind of completes the look of the sneaker. But it kind of gives a little bit more weight on the heel part of the sneaker. But for me, I think they could have just made this one a little bit smaller to decrease the weight at the heel part and make the sneaker a little bit lighter. But man, look at this spoiler. You can rip another opponent's leg with this one. So I was kind of scared to put my foot out with this sneaker because I might injure someone, but it looks nice on the version 2. So in terms of support, I mean, it will really contain your foot, even though the materials are a lot softer on the version 2. Even on the midfoot going to the heel part, this is a lot softer mesh compared to the mesh found here on the version 1. So this bends a little bit more, so this really gives you extra comfort for the version 2 compared to the version 1, but still at the same time still giving you the support and durability that you need, especially if you're a wide footer. This has a wide footer friendly sneaker written all over it, and this strap here is another nice addition to the version 2. It's not just for show, but it really hugs your foot, And actually, this kind of Velcro, don't worry that it might rip or destroy your laces. Look at this one. I'm putting the laces directly to the Velcro and it's not sticking, so it's not damaging the laces. But once this strap goes there, I was literally on, I think twice, I was having a hard time removing it because of how nice the grip of the strap is. Look, it's carrying the weight, the entire weight of the version 2. So you really need to put extra effort to open up the strap. So they gave us a very nice durable strap. At the same time, it won't destroy the laces, unlike the other sneaker that has straps. Like the Velcro kind of eats the laces. So this one, they're using a very new technology for the Velcro, and they really give you a very nice hug to your midfoot, especially if your foot is not as wide as the sneaker, but you can use the strap to really tighten up the midfoot part of the sneaker and give you a very nice one-to-one fit to the version 2. As for the insole of the version 2, is not the best one, but it still is not the worst. It's not that the ortholite type, but it's a lot more denser. It will give you extra step in comfort. So like the Way of Wade 10, you can see that the strobo, but a textile material very similar to the Way of Wade 10. And man, the cushion on this one, of course, even though there's a boom cushion, but it's still just in the forefoot part, so you will feel some bounciness in the forefoot, even though if you're really low to the ground with the All City 10. And the stability on the All City 10 is very nice. Look how wide the forefoot part of the All City 10 version 2 is, and comparing it to the version 1, it's a little bit wider. Look at that, it's really protruding here. So if you want a very stable sneaker, the All City 10 version 2 will give you that stability that you need. And in the midfoot, there's a plastic piece here for torsional support so that it won't twist that much, but there's a little bit of spring back there, but not as fancy as the ones on the main line, which is the Wow 10s. But wow, this is a really nice cushion setup, and there's another pock of boom at the back, as you can see, this white part here. So there's a nice bounciness in the forefoot and heel, and especially impact protection in the heel is really nice on the All City version 2, given that the sneaker is really low to the ground. There's a pull tab on the heel and tongue to make it easier to put your foot in, and it's a low top sneaker, so that it gives you a lot of ankle mobility in the version 2, which is really nice on the version 2 if you're looking for a low cut sneaker. And now, of course, another highlight of the All City 10 version 2 is the rubber compound. They actually made it a lot harder compared to the version 1, but still is gripping really hard on indoor floors. So this is another thing that they really put emphasis on the version 2, is they want the version 2s to be more outdoor friendly. So the rubber compounds are a little bit harder but still pliable, so outdoor use for this one will be okay. And around the middle part, there's extra traction here for crossovers and quick side step, and when you're putting the foot sideways, so there's ton of traction there on the forefoot part of the sneaker. And if you can see, there's not much dust holding up, and I actually played with this on a clean court on a dusty floor, and when I was using this and another sneaker, this was biting harder compared to the other sneaker that I was testing on a dusty floor. So this is a very dust friendly sneaker, outdoor friendly traction 2 and outdoor friendly traction 2. As for the weight of the All City 10 version 2, It is 440 grams in the US 11. And on the version 1, I have the version 1 on the US 10.5, and it's 430. So if I got this 11, I think they will be on the same weight, even though this one has a big spoiler at the back. But the materials, you can feel that this has way lighter materials for the upper of the LCT10 version 2. And another thing I didn't quite mention is underneath the shroud is there's the strap similar to the strap on the version 1 here, like a wing. Sorry, it's not a strap, it's a wing. So when you really tighten up the laces around here, it hugs your foot too. Plus this extra strap on the version 2 also gives you a better one-to-one fit to the sneaker, which on the version 1 it didn't have the strap here. So that's one thing that will really help improve the overall fit of the sneaker, is the strap and the wing in the forefoot part of the version 2s. For the price of the version 2s, it is 8,000 pesos, so that's around 160 US dollars. So pretty good price for a very good performing basketball sneaker, a very stable. I've been a fan of the All City line. I have the 9, I had the 8 before but I sold it, and I have the 9, 10 here with me. And if you don't have the budget for the signature sneaker for the WOW 10, this is a good alternative, the All City 10. And if you're an outdoor hooper, this will be highly dependable. It will still give you the cushion that you need when you're playing an outdoor courts. And I actually haven't tried this on an outdoor floor, but I tried this one on a cement floor, and the cushion held up pretty nicely. I had a very nice impact protection in the heel, and it didn't hurt my knees when I was playing with this. So that's it on my performance review of the All CT10 version 2. Let me know what you think about these guys. Would you prefer the version 2 or the version 1? The version 2 is now available at wayofway.com. I'll be putting the link down below if you are interested. So hit me a comment down below. This has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.